All right, so the doggone sound went off. Thank you guys. So nobody could hear anything up to now, which probably makes it a good show. You don't need to be listening to me. This is King's Club Casino. This is King's Club Baccarat for professional players and for side hustlers. This is not for entertainment. This is for you to make a living at it if you want, or make some extra money on the side if you wish. This is exactly what I played in my last trip to Las Vegas, where we played 11 sessions and won all 11 sessions. And then they still comped the hotel for me on the way out. So that was very nice, and they gave me all the food I wanted to while I was there. Hey, Mark Myers, how you doing, buddy? Oh, well, HR Green Shark, you're the conscience that I need, buddy. Thank you. Trish Graves, congratulations. The Atlanta Braves beat the Yankees last night. Got the whole kingdom. Everybody to bet $140 on the Braves. They got back $240, and they don't even have to play the Saturday and Sunday games on the bet because they've already got their money. If you had played $1,400 on the Braves, you get back $2,400. But that's a little steep to be doing as a professional side hustle on baseball. But we offer it up because this is the way we do it. We want to try to make money all kinds of ways. Good evening, Kevin. Okay, JP, here's the point. It was a very thrilling Haskell Stakes from Monmouth Park. I played $300 to show on goal oriented. And this had the big horse journalism in the race, but my bet was goal oriented. My bet is show. That's the way I play because I don't play for the excitement of the game. I play to win money. Yeah, there you go. That's right, JP. So goal oriented took the lead, turning for home, got challenged by Gosker down the lane, and they battled it out to the wire with journalism coming by to win by half a length. And a half a length back was goal oriented, and Gosker got his nose on the wire, so goal oriented actually did run third exactly. And I only bet $300. It was a kind of bet that wasn't going to pay a lot to show, but it returned $360. So I got $60 for doing nothing. This is the way I play. This is the way professionals play. You don't play for the excitement of it. You don't play for the big score. You play for the constant grind of delivering money. And everybody here knows where we learned how this is. We learned it from Joey Knish, all the way back to the Rounders movie. Grind out that money every day for everybody. So King Alan Wander, welcome, and JP, yes sir, indeed. So we also have a couple of other news to bring up to date besides the Atlanta Braves making Trish happy tonight because they helped her Toronto Blue Jays out, and maybe they can do it again tonight. Beat those Yankees. Bobby Baffert, yeah, JP. Bobby Baffert's the trainer, and he has won a lot of Haskell Stakes races at Monmouth Park over the years, and I thought he was in a good spot to be at least second today. And sure enough, doggone near was second. Uh, about a nose difference between he and Gosker at the wire, and they were both within a half length. But journalism was the clear winner, and good for him. Um, so we've been seeing some good horses, that's for sure. HR Green Shark. So the last couple of things I wanted to talk about was Mike Steinfeld. I don't know if Mike Steinfeld is here tonight, but Mike Steinfeld just came back from a cruise. And before he went on the cruise, he asked me to work with him on a possible roulette strategy that would work on the ship so he could play. And doggone it, if he didn't just kill him on the cruise. He made his money at roulette, which is a very difficult game to make money at. But he made his money at roulette on this cruise, and good for him. Thanks, Trish. Keep cheering them on. Let's help those Toronto Blue Jays out. The last time I was in Toronto, I went up there to see the Blue Jays play a series with the Yankees several years ago, and had a wonderful time in Toronto. It's a beautiful city, and we had a wonderful time. And of course, went down and looked at the falls and all the normal trappings of things. But yeah, we had a great time in Toronto. I wanted to get out to Woodbine, but I wasn't able to do that. Woodbine or Mohawk, because I'll play harness horses too. Uh, Anything that's going to return money. But we're going to do King's Banker. The cruise strategy, Ken, was exactly that. What we did was we made the bets on red or black, and we would wait for two of one color, and then change the color. and then we would bet that that color would repeat in one of the next two spins. And while we did it, we also played an equal amount on the 000. So we had um, 20 numbers covered. We had the 18 of whichever color we were on, plus we had the 0 and the 00 covered. And so it returned slightly less than even money, but we Dellenbared it, and it worked out for Mike. I never would recommend playing roulette. I really wouldn't. There are too many variables to it. But if you're going to play it, that's how you could play it. Now I do, from time to time, show people as a demonstration. I'll bet the 13 numbers around the 0 or the 00 just for fun, and I will Fibonacci that thing 8, 9, or 10 times. And ordinarily, it will hit one time in that 8, 9, or 10 times, and you will be profitable. The downside to it is it flies in the face of my professional play because it's actually gambling. You're gambling that you're going to hit these 13 numbers at least once over the course of the next 10 spins, and there's no guaranteeing of that, and it's risky. But if somebody's going to play roulette, that's one way that I play roulette. Pick out a piece of the pie around a 0, a 00, and cover that number, number 0 plus 13 more. It doesn't matter which side of 0 you're on, or if you're only on one side. It doesn't matter. But that's one way that you can play uh, roulette, and you can bet $1 on each number, and then raise it to $2, raise it to 3, raise it to 5, raise it to 8. Do the real Fibonacci the way you do Fibonacci. We've not heard of baccarat on a cruise either, Ken. So that's why Mike needed to play roulette on this cruise, because we didn't think there was going to be baccarat available on it. I've never heard of it available on a cruise. So anyway, let's do a little demonstration tonight. Let's try to win $200. Let's see if we can win $200. And the ideal way to play baccarat as a profession is to make your first bet equal to your session goal, so that you have a chance to have one win and walk. That's the true professional play. You're not there for entertainment. You don't want to be sitting at the table for hours on end. You would really like to have one win and go. And when you play it this way, all you have to do is win one out of the first two hands, and you've got your $200 or whatever your unit profit is. It could be 50, 100, 200, 400. It could be whatever it is. Um, Well, HR Green Shark, I have to disagree with you, but that's okay. When you play the columns or the dozens, you're betting a double bet to try to get one back, and anytime you lose, you get set back two bets. So if you're having a good fortune with that, I want you to keep playing it and go forward. But I wouldn't recommend that as professional play. So anyway, baccarat is on the big new Royal Caribbean cruise ships. Minimum is $100, and there you go. So if you got enough bankroll, you can play the $100 game, as Kevin is saying here. But so when we play King's Banker 2+2, what that means is we bet the banker only after a player couplet or a player double, however you want to call it, a player pair. You got to get a player pair plus the trigger is a single banker, and then you begin banker bets, and that's the revision that we have. And you play, if it hits on the first, it was a streak. If it misses the first, it means that the player now has three in a row, and so now you're betting for a chop. And by merging and right, as I say, using a hybrid of streak and chop, that's how you are in a strong position to win. So let's do it tonight. Norwegian Prima also has baccarat. Thank you, King JP. Good update there. So we have two players right there. So we've got to get a banker win before we can start betting. So let's see if we get a banker win here. It doesn't have to be a doublet or a pair. All it has to be is at least that. So it could have been a player again and been a triplet, and that would still qualified. All you got to have is at least a doublet in the King's Banker 2+2. But we got the doublet, and then we got a single banker. So now that's the trigger right there. That means we're going to bet at least one bet, possibly two bets, and if we lose them both, we're going to keep playing with Dellenbared and try to see can we finally get $200. But right now what we do is we bet $200 on the banker. First bet, the $200 equals the session goal that we have for tonight as professional players. And here we go with the first play on the banker, $200. And with that loss, we simply repeat it. As you can see, that chopped back over to the player right there. And so now we're going to bet up 4 units of 50 to $400. And as you can see, we're up $180. That would be close enough for me to call it a day. 200 is the goal. The commission took it down to 180, but we would go ahead and just say that's it for the day. We made our money, and that's how long we'd be at the table. And I would do that over and over and over again for the whole time that I'm at Vegas. And get up now, go get something to eat, walk around, freshen yourself up, and then come back to the table when you got a new shoe, a new game, and ready to go. So anyway, we've got one. I'm going to go ahead on and play a few more hands to demonstrate this. So there's one player bet, one player win, and the chop over. Now we've got a player win again. See if we can get two. We need a couplet or a double, as we call it. Didn't get it. Chopped back over. We need a double or a couplet or more, and then one banker win is the trigger. It was so good to hear from Mike Steinfeld and oh, I'm not giving you the news. My good friend Chuck Ritter from up in Wisconsin, he went to the casino today with seeking a goal of $400, and he was there only a few hands, and he had his $400, and he was playing exactly this: King's Banker 2+2. Chuck Ritter, one of our very solid players in the kingdom, who goes to the casino a couple of times a week, and invariably he wins. And he's been refining games with me and also bouncing things off the same way Soup Campbell does. And Kevin has done that. I've had a lot of help from all of the community. I think we got one player win here. Let's see if we can get one more. Let's see what we got here. Okay, so we got two player wins. Now we need a banker win to trigger. But as I'm saying, if the player wins a third time, that's still okay. The King's Banker 2+2 means at least two player wins followed by a single banker win, and then we have the landscape set for our play. Let's see if we can get a banker win here. Cannot, so we got a triplet, but that's okay because it's at least two. Now we got four. He's got a quad. Yes, I congratulated Chuck Ritter. He's done great, man. It was just fantastic. A no stress, easy $400. That's the way you play this game, as a side hustle. Okay, so we got a banker win. It came after quintuplet, but all it had to have was at least two. We've got to play now. We've got a trigger, so we need to win $20. So let's just do it. Let's do it. Let's play. We'll adjust the D'Alembert to make our profit rather than play the high D'Alembert. We don't need it now. So we'll play $50. We'll play up 4 units of 10, down 3 units of 10, as we try to get to our session profit. First bet now with our revised D'Alembert, now that we're close to our profit level, not to risk any more money, playing as true professionals. This is $50 bet on the banker. And there is the money. So what we'll do is we made 228 tonight. And if you were doing an autopsy, you could look at it this way and you could say, there's our couplet, there's our trigger. First bet was a loss, up $200 to there, and we won. And so that was the $200 win, less, and it was a $400 bet, by the way, so less 5%. So that left us $20 short. So then we did all of that stuff, trying to get back over to having at least a couplet in the player side, and it happened to be a quintuplet. But when it came with quintuplet, then we had the trigger right there, and then the win right there. And that is how we got it done tonight. And this is King's Banker 2+2. This is professional play. professional full-time or as a side hustle. All it takes is you've got to have the bankroll, you've got to have the system to how to play, you've got to know exactly what your Delaware is going to be, what your session goal is, and then you have to have discipline and patience. So if you've got the bankroll, this is the selection you use. You can choose your own session goal, and you can talk to me about it, and I'll tailor it for you. I will, as they say, I will write you a bespoke system entirely for you. I am here to show how to play and how to make money. And the more people that are making money, like Mike Steinfeld and like Chuck Ritter and Soup and Kevin Sprouse and all you guys out there that are winning money. I believe also Corey Jensen might have gone to play today at the casino and racetrack in Iowa, and I had tipped him on goal oriented, but I told him it probably wouldn't pay that much, but I think it's the way to play professionally. So I don't know what he ended up doing, but at any rate, bet $300 to show on goal oriented and got back $360, which is an easy $320 bills just to mess around with. And that's the way you play professionally is you joy finish it, you grind it out, and you make your money the same way we did here, making $228, grinding it out. I think you noticed it was minimal risk. And this King's Banker 2 plus 2 is very strong. I also have a King's Banker 3 plus 2 that we will show. But for now, we're using the 2 plus 2, and it's a choice to make. It certainly looks to be a little stronger than the straight up King's Banker way, and I'm going to continue to revise and work things. Thank you to all of you for joining tonight. Hit me a like on the way out if you would, please. Oh, yeah, thank you, Chuck Ritter. There you are. King Chuck's in the house. Congratulations again. And Gil Rary, thank you. Trish, congratulations to your Blue Jays, and I hope they gain another game tonight. God bless you all. I love you. You know that. And I will see you guys on tomorrow night.